Red Voyage News, splashing the check-in. Thank you for tuning in. I have an article right here brought to you by the New York Post. California man dies during Death Valley hike in 108-degree weather. Now, I want to be sensitive on this topic right here because the last several videos that I've made, friends and family members of the victims that I've talked about in the past videos, they've reached out. Now, I know I have a small YouTube channel. I don't have that many subscribers, and I appreciate every subscriber that I have, everybody that comments, everybody that leaves a like, everybody that leaves a dislike on my videos. I appreciate you. But the reason why they probably reached out is because even though these stories, like different news publications, they picked it up on Google, you can easily Google it, and different news publications that picked up the stories, people might not be talking about it on YouTube. So when it comes across YouTube, I might be the only one talking about it. That's why some of the friends and family members of victims and, you know, the suspects, they reach out through YouTube. All right. So I want to be sensitive because his friends and family members, they might come across this video. So I don't want to use any harsh words to describe what this man did, but I will say what he did was not smart at all. All right. I don't know if this is a thing where people actually do go hiking in Death Valley, but it's called Death Valley for a reason. All right. That's like you swimming in shark-infested water, and then you get bit. Half your body gets ripped. You know, two sharks. One shark is, you know, it got your legs. The other shark has your torso, and they rip you in half. And you were swimming in shark-infested water. There's a big sign saying, hey, don't swim in this, you know, in this area right here. There's sharks, and you do it anyway. There's a big sign right here that says stop, extreme heat, danger. And, you know, dying of a heat stroke, just a heat stroke in general, is no joke. It is no joke. All right. And I'm going to give you a short story after this right here. But this guy was from San Francisco. So he's from the Bay Area, Northern California. So he went all the way down to SoCal to go hiking. He died after taking a hike in 108-degree weather in Death Valley, according to a report. He was 60 years old. So you're not one of these spring chicken young dudes out here that can wake up, eat a bag of salt and vinegar chips, eat some Rice Krispie treats, drink a big jug of grape Kool-Aid, grape soda. Get to it. Like, you're not a spring chicken. You're not 23. You're 60 years old. All right? See a big red sign that says extreme. That means you need to slow down. You're 60. All right, I know you might not feel 60. You might be healthy. You're active. But still, like at the end of the day, you're still 60. You can't bounce back from things like this. And he didn't, unfortunately. He was walking near the Golden Canyon Trail Wednesday when he apparently died of heat stroke. Someone alerted the park rangers of a hiker suffering from heat stroke, and after a search, authorities discovered the body of Lawrence Stanback that afternoon. That's his name, Lawrence Stanback. The local sheriff is expected to probe what killed Stanback, according to the outlet. I mean, all right. So let me tell you something, man. I used to live in Thailand. I used to live in Bangkok, Thailand. And let me tell you how serious heat stroke is. I've only had heat stroke probably twice in my life. One time when I was a kid in Texas. I've been playing outside for a long time. I was on my way home, and I literally passed out in somebody's yard 3 houses down from, you know, where me and my family was living at. I passed out in their yard. I don't know if my brother said something or the neighbors, but my mother came down. My mother or father came down, helped me up, you know, walked me over to the house, drank some water, laid down, took some medicine. She went out to the store and got some Gatorade to refill my electrolytes, even though today I would never drink Gatorade to refill my electrolytes. I could talk about that in another video, but I mean, you could die from a heat stroke, and that felt like death, even as a kid, from what I can remember, you know. And then another time when I was living in Thailand, I bought a GoPro, and I wanted to go to Asiatique, and I thought, well, let me take a different way this time. Maybe if I take, because there was a port, not directly down the street from me, but it was quite a way. But within walking distance, I noticed that there was a port. So I'm like, okay, let me get on one of these boats right here. Maybe that'll take me all the way to Asiatique, but it didn't. And it took a long time for the boat to come around. And when it finally picked us up, it just took us over to the temple that was across the river instead of taking us down to Asiatique. Now, if you want to Google Asiatique, you can Google that. It's real nice. It's a great place. If you're ever in Thailand or Bangkok, when outside opens back up, Asiatique is a great place to take your significant other at night. A great place to take your significant other at night. Great food, music, games, Ferris wheel, different luxury hotels within the area. And those luxury hotels, they have spas, so you and your lady can go to Asiatique or go to the spa during the day and then go to Asiatique at night. It's real nice. But anyways, I walked over to the port thinking I was going to go to Asiatique. I didn't. I went over to the temple instead. I took a bunch of pictures and videos. Then I went back across and decided, okay, I'm going to walk back home. And when I walked back home, oh, man, I literally felt like I was going to pass out. It was that same feeling I had when I was a kid from what I could remember. And I damn near passed out on my front doorstep. So when I got home, I passed out on the couch. It felt like death. It wasn't a pleasant feeling at all. On water can save you from a heat stroke. Today I had bottles of water. I'm pretty sure he had bottles of water on hand. There's no amount of water you can drink save you from being in the sun all day like that. It's you got to rest. You got to go into the shade. You can avoid being in an area that has 108-degree weather. Do so. I'll tell you, this man right here, what's his name? Lawrence. He didn't have to be there. He chose to be there. I would never choose to go anywhere that's 108 degrees. I had to. Okay, Death Valley, man, there are hundreds and hundreds of different places you could have hiked in California. And who knows, he might have hiked all the hiking trails he could have thought of or he did his research upon in the state. And he's like, you know what, I've never hiked up Death Valley. Now there's a park ranger. Obviously, hiking around Death Valley seems to be the thing. It was 20s, 30s, man. Yeah, I'd do it. 60, no. And like a couple years ago during the summertime, I didn't hear from him all summer. And I was wondering, man, what happened to him? And he had a heat stroke. And he said that like it totally up and he's never been the same for the entirety of that summer. I never heard from him. I didn't hear from him that summer. I didn't hear from him until next year. And him having that heat stroke, and he was just working outside in his backyard on his chicken coop. And he said, like, he tells me all the ailments that he has right now. Like, he's never been the same since then. So, be careful of, when you're outside. Getting a heat stroke, it can kill you. All right, if you like the content that I'm posting up on this YouTube channel, if you would like to make a donation, you'd like to support the channel, click on the link to my buymeacoffee.com page. It's kind of similar to Patreon. Hover over the support tab, and you can quote unquote buy me a coffee, which means make a donation. The minimum amount you can donate is $5. If you would like to become a member, click on the membership tab and follow the instructions. Damn, I can't even talk right now. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.